Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is an exciting one because it is number 4 out of my Olympic coverage for the figure skating events. If you have not already, please check out my other videos. I did the men's with Kanishka, ice dance with Nicole, ladies with Erin, and I'm so excited to have Claire with me today to cover the pairs event. And I just wanted to give a little introduction before we get started. I hope you don't mind, Claire.
Not at all.
Claire is a really smart, intelligent woman who I've known on Twitter for a few years now, and we met in person in Boston at the 2016 World Figure Skating Championships. So those were some really good times. Claire is also an avid skating fan who has her own blog website, A Divine Sport. So visit that page at adivinesport.com. They also have a Facebook page, so go ahead and like it if you can. I already have. And Claire, you cover so much figure skating in your blog, but I noticed that you focus specifically on pairs. Can you tell me why that's your favorite discipline?
Um, it's been my favorite discipline for a while, and I think it's because of the complexity of it. I like the fact that there's so many different elements. I like the choreographic possibilities with pairs. I just think it's really exciting.
A lot of times the lifts are breathtaking, and I think a part of me likes pairs a lot because it's also very dangerous, especially watching it when you watch it in person. It's someone could easily risk their lives by taking like one wrong step on the ice.
Yeah, you can totally tell that like when you see a lift actually have problems during a performance, it's then you realize like, wow, this is really tough stuff these guys are doing.
Absolutely. So I'm going to apologize right now to all my viewers. I did not have time to watch any of the pairs event live. So pretty much this video is going to be me facilitating the conversation between me and Claire. And Claire, I'm just going to ask you your opinions as we go through the results. I think that should be okay. And we'll start off with the winners, the Germans. Oh my gosh, a round of applause for Aliona, right?
Yeah, what a moment, huh?
She finally has her gold medal.
Yes, I know. After so many years of trying, it was really an incredible moment to see her win that gold.
Yeah, is this her 4th Olympics? Do I have that
This
correct?
is it is actually Aliona's fifth Olympics.
5th. Wow.
Fifth. And she started competing in senior level elite international pairs 18 years ago, all the way back in around 2000. So this has been an incredible run for Aliona Savchenko to finally win that elusive gold medal.
Yeah, how many partners has she been to the Olympics with? Just 2, Bruno and Robin?
It's actually 3.
Wow, the
Because
things I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, her first Olympics was all the way back in 2002 with Stanislav Morozov for the Ukraine.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it was after that partnership broke up that she teamed up with Robin.
I see. Well, don't quit if your dream is to win the Olympic gold. And if you are
I guess
superhuman like Aliona is.
I guess that's the lesson from all this. Huh?
That's right. So I saw their free program because it was available on NBC. Everything seemed so perfect. Everything is very powerful, yet, I don't know, very precise choreography. I don't think they did anything wrong. Even their side by side spins were pretty good. Do you think that they were playing it safe by leaving out the quad attempt and the throw triple axel so that they could have the perfectly clean program?
Um, yes, I guess you could say that they played it safe, but strategically, I think it was absolutely the right move,
Yeah.
as the results, sort of showed. Aliona and Bruno did have amazing results at the Grand Prix final a month or two before the Olympics, where they again went with, not easy content, but, content that didn't include any quads. They had great results with that, and they went with that again here at the Olympics, and it worked.
It definitely did. It sounds like the short program didn't work for them, though, right? Can you tell us what mistake they had or what went wrong there?
Yeah, the short program, Aliona Bruno's short program was actually terrific, except for Bruno doubling the side by side triple Salchow. That was the only mistake in the program. Other than that, it was absolutely actually fantastic.
But in a field this strong, that's a really big mistake, right?
Yes, it was. That was like 3 points at least off their score, just, automatic, just from doubling that jump. And yes, in such a tough field, that was, a big mistake, and they were almost 6 points behind after the short program.
Oh, wow. To go from fourth after the short to win the competition is something that's very hard to do in figure skating.
Yes, it is. Yes. And, I honestly didn't know if they would be able to do it because of the caliber of teams that they were facing. And also knowing that Sue Han are usually pretty consistent in the long program and don't make mistakes, or not many, anyhow. So I didn't know if they would be able to do it, but they pulled it off.
Yeah, they barely did it. I'm looking at the scores right now. So Aliona and Bruno scored a 235.9 and Sway and Han had 235.47. Wow, that's close.
Yeah, it was so close, and it came down to just the very smallest of mistakes from Sue and Han in the long program. If, they had maybe like three or four things that could have been slightly, just very slightly better. And if any of those had gone their way, then they would have walked away with the gold.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the mistakes they made in the long program? Looks like
Hmm.
there's quite a few of them.
Well, in the long program, Suehan, it wasn't anything too major, but when they went for their side by side triple double double combination, Songhan actually singled the middle jump, and
Mm.
that was kind of a not a huge mistake, but it was enough to definitely hurt their score on that combo. And then they also did lose crucial levels on one or two other elements.
I see. I'm looking at the protocols right now. A few of their elements, it looks like in the start of the program, has some negative grade of execution points awarded.
Right, that was for
Yeah.
the side by side combo. Yes. Um, yeah, so it was just, overall, like Suehan, it was a good performance for them, but it just wasn't quite as sort of free and, just just not as freely skated and error free as some of their other programs have
Yeah,
been.
which is so unlike them. I was also able to watch Sway and Han's short program because that was
Mm.
available on YouTube. Thank you so much. And I would describe their performance there as perfection. Nothing
It
skated
really
wrong.
was. It really was. They were so terrific in the short program. They really knocked it out of the park. It was just such an emotional skate and really great to watch.
That's right. I will quote the British Eurosport commentators because that's the version I saw. They did everything they could to maximize their points from the really high triple twist with the arm above the head and the great transitions in and out of their jumps. Yeah, I'm so glad that the two programs I was able to see online, it sounds like they were the two best of the entire competition.
They definitely were. Yeah, I think Suehan Short was a personal best, and
Yeah.
and of course Aliona Bruno had a world record with the long program. So those were definitely the highlights.
Great. So, were you rooting for Sway and Han or Aliona and Bruno?
Oh, tough question. I love both teams, but in all honesty, I've been watching Alyona Savchenko for,
Okay.
probably close to 15 years now. And she's sort of, I've always just admired her as kind of like the ultimate pairs girl. And so I had to be rooting for Alyona.
She is the ultimate pair girl. I was actually rooting for Sway and Han. I have a soft spot for them, but I'm
Mhm.
excited to see them, I don't know, continue on to Beijing in 2020.
Mm. Yeah, I'm excited to see Suehan go on too. I feel like Suehan still have a lot of growth. They have a lot of room for growth in their skating, especially like with their programs and hopefully getting their side by side triple salco stronger in the future too.
Yeah, I just hope that Wen Jingswei can stay healthy because she has overcome some issues with body injuries in the past.
Yeah, I think that's my only concern with them too, honestly. And I don't know if you heard, but Wen Jing, revealed after the long program that she has actually been suffering with shin splints
Oh, I
for,
did not hear that.
yeah, I guess apparently that started, maybe a few weeks or a month or so before the Olympics. And so she's been struggling with that. And, you know, I have a feeling it definitely hampered them a little bit in PyeongChang.
Oh, man. What a strong woman to be able to compete while dealing with all of that.
Yeah, yeah. It actually makes what they achieved in the short program and the long sort of even more remarkable.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Megan Duhamel and Eric Radford from Canada winning the Olympic bronze medal. Finally, they have an Olympic medal to their name. Do you want to talk about their performances here?
Sure. Yeah, Megan and Eric were, they were great, honestly. Really enjoyed both of their programs, and they really had a moment in the long program. Their long program was stellar, and it would have been enough for a win in another year or, at another Worlds or whatever. So it was a great way to see them end their career.
Excellent. It looks like they went for the quad sow throw, and it
Yes.
was
And
successfully landed.
yes, Megan hit it.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, she must have been ecstatic. Also, looks like they had some trouble with the side by side Lutzes. That seems to be a thing for them this season.
Yeah, their side by side Lutzes haven't been as consistent this year or really last year either as they
Hmm.
were, sort of in the first 2 years of this quad. The mistake was fair; it wasn't a huge one. Megan just put her hand down on the side by side Lutz. Otherwise, they were okay. So it wasn't too big of a point loss.
Hmm. Would you
Yeah.
say the moment they had skating here at the Olympics was similar, let's say more impactful than when they won the world title either
You know,
time?
it really seeing them because they were skating to the same Adele program that they used for Worlds 2016.
Hmm.
Watching them at the Olympics definitely brought me back to that moment when they skated that in Boston and had such an amazing win. It really felt so close to that, and that's why it was just such a great way for them to end their Olympics. It
That's
was
right.
terrific.
I remember that moment. I gave them a standing ovation and I was high up and I'm afraid of heights, so I was really scary to stand up. But I did it for them. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that about their performances. What about fourth place finishers from Russia, Evgenia and Vladimir?
Evgenia Vladimir, it was, sort of tale of two programs for them in Pyeongchang because their short program was really outstanding. It was excellent and, technically, very close to perfect. Their free program was just kind of another story entirely. And I don't know if they were nervous. They probably were aware of how well, they were last to skate in the final group, and they probably
Oh,
were aware of how the other skaters, how well everyone had skated before them. So I don't know if that made them nervous, but they just had a bunch of mistakes in the long program, and it did not go well for them.
well, you know what? If they skated last in the free program, I would be nervous too, having to skate after Aliona and Bruno.
Definitely.
But you're right, they had quite a bit of a drop being second in the short program and then fourth in the free skate and fourth overall. So I wonder if it
Right.
was some mind games. So you got to see the the non-fan favorite free skates. What's that song
Yes.
again?
Candyman.
Candyman. Yes.
Yep. Candyman. We love it.
We love to talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, it also sounds like the French pair, Vanessa James and Morgan Cypress, in fifth place had some mistakes, which is really unfortunate because I know a lot of people had them as the dark horse for the podium here in South
Right.
Korea.
Yes, a couple weeks before the event, I had them sort of penciled in for a possible bronze, but it just didn't quite happen. They skated well in Korea. They had two very decent programs, but just a few too many mistakes, mainly in the free skate. kept them off of that podium. Yeah.
Do you think changing free skates so close to the Olympics had something to do with it?
For me, I would have to say yes. Obviously they're the only ones who can really answer that question.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, I'm just not sure if the change to the back to the old long program was really necessary. You know, because they were skating well and scoring well with the new long program this season, their Say Something program. So yeah, I don't know if it was the right move to switch back to Sound of Silence.
Well, I think I can say that if they had kept their original free program for this season, I may have tried a little harder to catch the pairs because well, that was one of my favorite free programs this season. I saw it live at Skate Canada International. I'm still a little bitter that they did not win the silver medal there, but it's okay. But
Mm.
I really would have loved to see that at the Olympics. So maybe that's why I didn't tune into pairs. I was so upset about that.
Right, and we missed that great silver unitard from
Yes.
Vanessa that she wore for that program. I miss that.
And you got to keep what the fans love.
Yep.
Okay, and then speaking of who the fans love, I love Valentina Marquez. So it's nice to see her and her partner Andre finish in the top six here from Italy. How did they skate?
They skated the best they ever have. They had an amazing moment at the Olympics. They just pulled it all together and they took it to another level, and it was really great to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they perform as they always do?
Oh, yeah. And, they went clean in both programs, like, or
Whoa.
nearly clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There were really hardly any mistakes. And because of that, I felt like their programs really shone so much because everything was so clean. The whole performance level just seemed to even go up a notch higher. And, Valentina was, she was Valentina. She was, flirting and
Fabulous. Mm.
sparkling and fabulous. Yes.
Okay, so people who are watching this video and who follow me on Twitter, let me know when the videos of their performances go up on YouTube because I can't wait to see them. Because right now, I tried to find all of these on YouTube before filming with Claire. I was unsuccessful. So once it comes up, please let me know because I do love Valentina. I even loved her back in her days of being a solo skater.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great to hear. I'm looking at their protocols now. Yeah, it looks really clean. Every
Yeah,
element had a positive grade of execution. That makes me really happy for them.
it does. Me too, because, in the last few years they have battled with a little bit of inconsistency
Hmm.
and, but things have really been improving for the whole last year, I would say, and it just kind of culminated in Pyeongchang. It was awesome.
Oh, yay. I'm so happy for them.
And
Okay.
Valentina has become such a boss when it comes to landing her throw jumps. Like,
Yeah.
she just lands those throws like with total authority, and it's just really fun to see.
It sounds like she's having more fun being a pair skater than a single skater.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that she owns it. Okay, let's see here. In seventh place, another pair from Russia, Natalia and Alexander. What did you make of their skates?
I thought that, Zabiako and Bert they skated well. They skated, pretty much their usual at the
Okay.
Olympics. They actually had season's best scores, but, the level of skating they put out was pretty similar to what they've been doing this year. It was mostly clean, very few errors, just the side by side triple salchows are in the long program are always sort of their nemesis element, and they did struggle with them. But otherwise, very clean, good. I actually like this team a lot more than most fans do. I
Mm-hmm.
love their elegance. I like
Yeah.
their classic style, and their speed and the attack that they have. But I know they're not the most popular team with a lot of fans, but I thought they were good in
No,
Pyeongchang.
I actually like this pair more so than Evgenia and Vladimir.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Evgeny and Vladimir. But they are getting better in my mind. I always found them so boring. But yeah, you're right. There is an elegance to Natalia and Alexander's skating. It's very soft. They, as a pair, kind of remind me of Maria for the ladies. You know, she's kind of like not the most popular, not the one who wins all the competitions, but still does really great skates at competitions.
Yeah, I think that's a really good comparison, actually.
Although maybe I shouldn't exactly say it that way because I did say last night in my recap with Aaron that I've fallen asleep while watching Maria before.
Maybe me too, but I did it at the Olympics. She was good at the Olympics in the log
Excellent.
program. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually a really apt comparison also because, you know, like Maria, I just feel like Zabiako and Bert haven't found their vehicle yet. They haven't found the music that's going to really make them shine. They haven't found the choreography that's really going to spotlight them the way they could be. I think that, they just, when they do find that material, I think and hope that a lot of fans may warm up to them more.
Yeah, and who knows? They may find that material within this next quad before the next Olympics.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, and in eighth place, we have another Chinese pair, Xiao Yu and Hao Zhang. Looks like they were fifth after the short and then 11th in the free. Tell us the story of what went on, Claire.
Yeah, Yu Zhang were actually like probably my biggest shock of the event, actually, seeing them all the way down in eighth because, last year they were fourth at Worlds and they were really strong fourth there, and they're so strong technically that I was just, pretty surprised to see them wind up down in eighth. And, the story for them was, again, like great short program, like Tarasova Morozov, and then problems in the free skate. In the free skate, Zhao Yu fell on both. Well, she fell on one of her side-by-side jumps and had problems on the other
Oh
one.
no.
Yeah, it was too bad. But probably the bigger surprise was actually she fell on one of their throw jumps, which are
Whoa, that is unheard
usually,
of for a Chinese
yes,
pair.
yeah,
Whoa.
especially this team. Yeah, their throws are usually, their money element, basically.
Hmm.
So, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it was too bad because with those mistakes, after she fell on the throw in the program, they just seemed to kind of start to fall apart a little bit, and that's how they wound up where they did.
Oh, that's unfortunate because they do have some really strong potential as a pair.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, their Swan Lake program was super fun. Their Swan Lake short program,
yeah,
that is. Yeah,
I'm
it
glad
was
that was
fun.
executed perfectly clean.
Yes, yeah.
Great.
I just love watching Zhao Yu as a swan.
A funny image is coming to my mind, but I'll have to wait and see that. Okay. Oh, I get so excited reading about the next pair. So in ninth place, we have what a lot of skating fans call baby Canadians, Julien Seguin and Charlie Bilodeau. I'm so glad
Mm,
they were able to crack the top 10 here at the Olympics. I heard from other people that they had a very strong free skate, but maybe some
mm.
mistakes in the short. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, their free skate was definitely stronger than the short. Yeah, they just did have a few little minor things in the short, which, the pairs in general skated really super strong in the short program. So, even just a little few minor things were enough to hold them back there. But they did skate. They did put out a really good free skate, pretty solid technically.
Oh, yay! I'm so happy to hear that. Uh,
Are they one of your favorites?
They were, I think I gave them a lot of attention in 2016 when it was more so their breakout year on the
Mm.
senior ranks. I know when they had that short program that went na 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 na
Oh,
na na na.
yes.
Yes, and I remember I was so bummed that I was not able to see them at Worlds because they had to withdraw when they were in
Right.
2016 in Boston. And I not gonna lie, since they've had some injuries to deal with, I haven't followed them as closely, but they used to be one of my favorites.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, they definitely seem to be, back on the upswing. Absolutely.
Ooh, I'm so excited. And then we have the second Italian pair, Nicole and Matteo. I don't say last names, by the way, because I butcher them.
That's okay. I probably would too.
Yeah. So it looks like solid skates to be in 10th place, ninth after the short, and 10th in the free skate.
hmm Yeah, they did skate well, especially in the short program. Their short program was one of their cleaner programs that I've seen, and it was really nice. I like this team's style. I like their edges, their connection, and their choreography. And their free skate was good. They had a few more mistakes in the free skate, but a lot of their other elements were really good quality, and that kind of kept them in it.
Wow. So a lot of the pairs, performed well at these Olympic Games. Good to know.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great event. Yeah.
All right. How did Kirsten Moore Towers and Michael Marinero from Canada do?
Mm. I thought they did really well. First Olympics for Mike, obviously, but Kirsten has been here before. And, Kirsten is such a great competitor. She did not look nervous at all in either of these programs. And, a lot of credit to her and Mike because they had to skate first in the long program of all the pairs.
Oh,
Not an easy spot.
no.
But they totally delivered and came out and hit a great performance in the long program.
That's great. Why were they 13th in the short?
It's 13th in the short. Mike had a problem on the side by side jumps.
Yeah.
His jump was kind of like a botched triple that got counted as a double. So that definitely hurt them in the scores in the short. That was their biggest mistake.
Oh, gotta land those side by sides.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I wanted to ask before we moved on, are you comfortable with speaking on everyone else who skated at the Olympics or who at least qualified for the free?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so then we're just going to go on to 12th place from Russia, Christina and Alexei Roganov.
Right. Yeah, Christina and Alexei, they were a late addition to the OIR team after Stolbova and Klimov were not, well,
Oh, that's
after
right.
Stolbova was not invited to the games. Yeah. And they skated pretty well, here at the Olympics, but their short program was strong. It was good effort in the short program. The free program, though, they did have quite a few mistakes, and the program didn't really shine very much in the free program.
Okay.
Yeah, they're skating to La La Land for their free skate this year, and it's the kind of thing where when they are on point, technically the program, kind of sparkles a little bit and is fun to watch. But, when they have a lot of mistakes like they did here, the energy just really fell off and they just weren't able to really pull it off
Um,
artistically.
well, it's a little bit of a sting when I hear La La Land, just because I think of Ashley Wagner.
Yeah, I know.
All right, then we have the home country pair from Korea. Ooh, how am I going to say their names? Ok Tae Rom and Sik Ju Kim or Jim. I butchered it. So the Koreans, I apologize. Anyone who's watching, totally my fault. Were you able to see them? Did they have a moment skating in their home country?
They did. They were really
Good.
great. And they placed really well here. They placed I think 13th overall, which
Hmm.
was probably a few spots. That was a few spots higher than they were at Worlds last year, and I think basically their confidence level has improved since Worlds last year.
Right. I can imagine that for some pairs, it's even a victory, personal victory, to qualify for the free skate.
Yeah, in this field it definitely was. And, they qualified. They had, they always skate well in the short program, and they did it again here in Korea. I think the audience loved them. Of course, they had the North Korean cheerleaders cheering them
Yeah.
on. But yeah, they sparkled in the short program, and their free skate was pretty good too. They didn't have really too many major errors in the free skate, and they landed double axles, side by side double axles, which is something they hadn't accomplished before.
Good to know. Okay. What about Anna and Martin from the Czech Republic, I believe, in 14th
Yes.
place?
Yeah, they were coming back from injury, and they
Oh,
really, Yeah, they Anna had knee surgery earlier this season, and so they were actually off the ice from the time of Nebelhorn Trophy when they qualified all the way
Oh,
to the Olympics.
wow.
Yeah, so
So
they
they did what they needed to do to qualify, and then they were injured, and so wow.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to expect from them coming into the Olympics, but they put out a very nice short program. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough. It was just enough to move them into the free skate. And in the free skate, I thought they didn't look quite as comfortable as in the short program. Their free skate is new this year, and they obviously haven't had a chance to perform it very often. So it just looked kind of a little bit, not fully polished and everything.
No. Well, hopefully they can get it to be a little more polished before they go to Worlds.
Yeah, yeah, because they'll definitely be looking for a good finish there. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be, probably much better prepared for Worlds.
And by the way, that's in like 3.5 weeks. I can't believe it.
I know.
Us
I know.
skating fans barely get any time to rest.
Oh
But we do
boy.
this to ourselves and we love it.
Yes.
Okay, now we talk about the Americans. In 15th place, Alexa and Chris Knierim. My personal favorite, mainly because I love rooting for Team USA so much. And Team
Mm.
USA, especially in pairs, always needs more cheerleaders. So I tend to be a loud one for them. Not gonna lie, Claire, I wish they would have placed higher, but I did see their performance in the team event, and I thought they were pretty good there. From what I heard from other people, it sounds like the two programs in the individual competitions did not quite live up to the same quality as the team event.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. It was too bad because yeah, Alexa and Chris, their short program in the team event was really pretty excellent, and I was hoping to see more of the same in the individual pairs event. Their short program wasn't bad. They did have a couple mistakes, but not anything huge. Chris stumbled out of the side by side triple style cow. Um, but so that left them. I think they were in 14th place after the
Yeah.
short. Um, and their free skate was, I just felt like they looked a little bit nervous and
Mm.
a little bit sort of tight in the free skate. It kind of just didn't flow the way this ghost program is can be so beautiful on them and really nice, but it just didn't quite flow the way it has at some other competitions.
Oh, that's unfortunate because I remember Alexa had an amazing attitude after the team event saying that it was not a competition, it was a celebration of being there.
Yeah, yeah, they did. I mean, I think they were really focused maybe on the team event.
Mhm.
And I don't know if their focus was a little less for the individual, but, definitely they did their job, what they needed to do in the team event
They
and
won a
helped win that
medal,
medal.
yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure they're going to be really satisfied with that.
Oh, I'm so happy for them. And then we'll see them again at Worlds in a few weeks, and they will be joined by, is it Tara and Danny O'Shea?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so that should be exciting. I'm not gonna lie, looking at the results, I can't help but think at least they qualified for the free skate because that would have looked really bad had they not done so.
Yes, I agree. I'm very, very happy about that. And, they're going to be looking for, Chris and Alexa are absolutely going to be looking for more at Worlds. I mean, they were 10th at Worlds last year. What they did in the team event shows they have the ability to get back up there. So I'm hoping that they will be able to, sort of put out strong skates in Milan.
hmm They have the potential to score over a 70 in the short program. I have
Hmm.
faith.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's round out this recap with the pair that finished in 16th place, the Germans, oh, how am I going to say this? Annika and Ruben. We'll leave it at that. How did they do?
They did pretty good. Yeah, their short program was it was kind of a little bit fun, kind of cheeky program to Big Spender, and they
Hey,
skated.
I don't mind a cheeky program to Hey Big Spender.
Yeah, they pulled it off. It was fun. Um, Yeah, the free skate was like more serious though to Romeo and
Oh.
Juliet, and it was okay, but they did have a quite though they had a couple of mistakes in the long program that so they weren't able to pull up from 16th. But for
Mm-hmm.
them, honestly, I think it was a pretty big victory just to be in the free skate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really good to hear. Wow, we went through all of the competitors who made it to the free skate at least. Awesome. What was your favorite moment in the discipline of pairs?
My favorite moment, definitely watching Aliona and Bruno backstage as they were waiting to hear the final scores.
Oh, what was
And
that like?
oh, it was amazing. They were sitting in the green room area, with Sway and Han and Duhamel and Radford,
Oh,
who were in second and third at that
yeah.
point. And the camera was on them as the Tarasova Morozov scores came up, and so we saw the moment when they realized they had won the Olympics, and it was pretty awesome.
Oh my gosh, did she cry?
She did cry. Aliona
Good.
cried. It was so funny. Aliona cried for like 30 seconds. She shed some tears, and then she stood up and started pumping her fists and just being like, I did
I'm
it.
a five-time Olympian and I have a gold medal to show for it.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, that's amazing. Speaking of tears, it was kind of heartbreaking to see Wenjing Sui in tears on the podium. I,
Mm.
yeah, it sounds like she really wanted that gold medal.
Yeah, it so close. I think silver is sometimes the toughest position to be in. It's a silver medal at the Olympics, but when you are so close to the gold, it's going to be hard to stop thinking about that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't skate. I'm the furthest thing from a professional athlete, but I can imagine that if you spend most of your life training, that you are expecting a gold medal, that
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like if I were an athlete, I would not be an overachiever. So I would be the person that's happy about qualifying for sectionals or regionals or nationals.
Right. I'd probably be happy about qualifying for the free skate if I were a skater.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. And like I said, so you had your moment. I just saw the two programs on YouTube, which sounds like were the two skates I needed to see because they were best in the short and the long. And I think that covers this for the recap. Claire, thank you so much for helping me out with this one. I could not have done it without you.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, Justin. It was fun.
All right. Thank you everyone for viewing. Don't forget to check out Claire's blog, A Divine Sport. Thank you so much.